guys, we have the legend DJ Juanyto, aka DJ John, on Hot 97 and the Ebro Show. Yeah, with Ebro in the morning, and also, by the way, Happy New Year, everyone. Thank God 2020 is over, but we gotta continue talking Knicks, of course.
Yeah. What's up, man? This is dope. This is good. I like the vibes, man. Happy New Year to you and the family. Yeah, man. New season, new Knicks. Feeling good. Love the young squad. The record shows that they're willing to fight, so I like it.
Yeah. So we first the first two games were pretty hard, and that Indiana was like it was good until quickly got hurt, and then it was whatever. Philly was just basically blowout sort of game, and Alfred was trash shooting the free. But then the two other games, Milwaukee, we shocked people, and Cleveland, and also the Raptors, but that was disappointing. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect for them to win against the Raptors, but they put on a good performance.
Yeah. Like, do you think that this is legit? Like, do you think that this isn't just like a beginning season fluke in that? And is this legit?
I don't know if it's a beginning of the season fluke or it's a jinx. I just think that, you know, we don't know. There's no routine. They're just trying to fill out their sets uh, of lineups. They're just trying to see what works. And I think Tom Thibodeau's done a good job to put together 2 wins and put together five solid games for the start of the season. So I think you'll see their character, each game. Like they're gonna fight hard. So, and I like this new energy. I like how Randall, his attitude is. You see him in every interview. He's ready to fight. You see, Payne ready to fight. You see, these guys and the new guys are buying into it, and that helps. They're following suit. And Barrett had a rough first game or so, or second game,
Second
but
game.
he's been good, man. He wants it. He wants it. He knows it's gonna take a long time, and that's the thing. Not artists. These players know that it's gonna take a while to get to where it's at. So, hey, within the first 5 games, we're within the 7 to 8 seed. Right now, we're not, but at least to show that hey, we're in it. Like we're like, all right,
We're in to win. Yeah.
we're gonna fight, which is good.
Yeah. And now on top of that, I just heard that Quickly is probable to come back tonight against Indiana. So do you think the Knicks get the W tonight?
Let me see. Let me look at Quickly because I had Quickly on my
Yeah,
draft.
Quickly had a great preseason if you yeah, we all know. And
He's probable. Yeah, it's probable against the Pacers. Um,
yeah.
I don't know. I think that he's he could be something. Like if he wants and he has to be healthy. We don't
Yeah,
know.
yes. He
But
can't be.
I like the first game he played. The first game, second game.
Oh yeah, he was great against the Cavs in that in the preseason, the Cavs in that. But yeah, I think that that definitely helps. And what the team needs is some more scores in that. And I think that the team is doing pretty good, and we still gotta be patient with the team and that we don't know what's gonna happen. But I think that they'll be at least in the play-in tournament. I think they'll be in the play-in tournament.
Mm.
On the playoffs, that's out of picture still. I think that.
Yeah, I'm not going for playoffs. I'm going for more like way how they're playing. Are they playing with the same energy they are in late February or March? Are they playing with that same energy? Like, and it's still early. Like, only there was only a handful of games in December, and then now this whole January. Okay, so look at January. I'm looking at what they got in front of it. It starts tonight
in Indiana
in
or
Indiana.
at Indiana and MSG.
And you know what's funny? The factor is they're playing basketball without the fans,
Yeah.
and the energy that they get from the fans helps. So, but it also it kind of the away teams have the advantage now because they didn't have to deal with the boos. They don't have to deal with any of that. It's
Yeah.
really like their away teams have the advantage. It's the less pressure going to their court.
Oh yeah.
Then they go. They're home against the Hawks. They're at Utah. Uh, then they do a road trip, a West road trip, a quick one. Thunder, Nuggets, Hornets. Hornets. I want to see what they do against the Ball.
And also the Thunder, I think they could do something against them. Even Atlanta, I could see them doing something. And
but uh, Atlanta might have fun at the Garden. Remember, all these teams love to ball out at the Garden because that's like one of their dreams. They never want to play for the Knicks, but they want to play at the Garden, which is
yeah.
weird. But then the one of the highlight games of January
Brooklyn.
is Brooklyn.
I
And
think that the Knicks are gonna come out. I think that they're probably not gonna win that game. You never know. But I think
come
that
on,
the
man,
Knicks,
have a good attitude. Come on, we gotta win. No, I'm joking.
yeah.
I
But I
mean,
think the Knicks are gonna come out on another level that night. And usually we saw last year when we had those games against Dallas, when we had those games against Brooklyn last year. They came out with um like a second gear to them, and they were like ready to get out there and play.
it's funny. We talk about how many games they have. They don't have that many games this year.
I
Like the
know.
last game is against the Spurs on March 2nd, and that's the end of their
First half,
first half. And then they're going to play in tournament after that.
or they're saying that the play-in tournament, so they're gonna have a second half schedule that's gonna come out soon. I don't know, and then in May is the play-in tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, it's these and I like how they're spread up. There's 16 games because sometimes some month they'll get like 20 games out of 30 days, so it's like they're playing back to back. This time you're getting a rest. There's like this month is only one back to back game, and that's from Nuggets and Hornets. But that trip is going to be you're going from the West Coast uh to the Atlantic. Then another back to back game is Warriors
Yeah.
versus Kings. That's in the West Coast.
That's gonna be the Kings. I think they might come out and ball out, and
Yeah, I think
I
so.
think they will. The Kings I think are easy to
And
ball
then we
out.
got the Blazers.
Blazers, that's gonna be hard, but who knows? They might have some type of they're playing mellow and yeah.
And which is so weird. And uh the February games is pretty interesting. So they always play the Bulls around my birthday. It's always been that
What's
schedule.
your
It's
B
either
day? It's
February 2nd. They
oh
always play they always play for since the last 7 years, the Knicks and Bulls always played around February 3rd, February 1st, February 2nd. They always played around those dates, which is so interesting. Um
this year no.
yeah, but it's so they play the Bulls back to back games, but not days. They play the first and the third.
That's an easy one. Bulls, that's easy.
But then they're home against the Blazers, and then they're home against the Heat, and then they go to the Heat afterwards. So
That's gonna be a rough.
Yeah. I want to see what the Wizards do at that time. Then we got
Oh,
the Rock.
the Wizards are horrible this year.
Right. I just want to see where they're at because we'll be if we're 2-3 and they're 1-5 right now. Who knows? We might have the same record. We don't know where we're gonna
No,
be.
no. Maybe I think that I'd give the Russ Beal Wizards tandem a little more time, and then I think by at least in a couple of weeks, if they don't start clicking, I think it's I think it's safe in a season like this. You should they say that it failed. I wouldn't say it failed totally, but I would say it's not working out. No, I'm not gonna be like, oh, go trade Russ if you're the Wizards and that. But I think that there has to be some problems and you have to make some changes with the team and that. Yeah.
It's funny because I'm looking at all right the games in December, right? We
Yeah.
have games in January. Um, and I don't know how they're gonna do the rest of the season because it's not scheduled yet. But we're only playing the Nets once from now to March 1st.
That's good. That's good, sort
It is
of.
good,
Yeah.
but we're in the same division, and then we play the Celtics once. Yeah, we play the
I
Celtics.
think that it's easy schedule for the beginning of the season. The end might be hard, but
So the next second half of the season schedule, when does that get released again?
I don't know. But it's I don't know when they're releasing it, but whenever that is, what I don't know when. But the beginning of the season didn't is really easy for the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy. Look, they're playing a couple teams like Atlanta, Utah, but they're not like, oh, you're gonna get crushed by them. I think those will be competitive games, and maybe the Knicks could shock someone. But when you really think about it, for the beginning of the season, the Knicks could go on a Knicks could either be their usual selves or go on like a run in that. Yeah.
Sure, it's a little cold. I don't think the Knicks are the usual selves. I just think that you have Wooden, you have Thibodeau, you have coaches that have won in the Garden.
Oh yeah.
And then you have a coach that has a solid defense. Like they're focused on defense, and I think that they're learning, how to stretch out the players, whatnot. They're trusting the other guys. It feels like in the third or fourth quarter, they're just kind of like backing down, which is like not really what you want to do. But they're still trying to figure out a solid starting five, and then your second unit. So they're just trying to see how that works.
Yeah.
That's I'm interested in.
What do you think
Mm-hmm.
changed from the Fizdale like what like do you think it's Tom Thibodeau that you give credit to Tom Thibodeau for all this? You think? I definitely do. I'm on the Tibbs train, and none of this would have happened under David Fizdale. Because when mind you, even the veterans are balling out. Like like Julius Randle, who had an awful season last year, under not just Dave Fizdale but Mike Miller. Miller, he got him playing a little better, but Thibodeau really got out. All respect to Mike Miller in that, but yeah, but I think that Thibodeau is making a huge difference in the Knicks and that, and you could clearly see it by the way the players are playing, and you could point to the record in that, but it's not even about the record. It's just the way the players are playing, and pretend we went 0-5, and the players were playing like this. You still gotta give credit to Coach Tibbs in that. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, and I feel that Thibodeau, you could tell around the organization. I'm not going to get too ahead of myself because this is more of a long-term thing. But so far, I see sort of a culture change around the organization. And what I like about him is he doesn't just talk, he does it. Like Fisto was all chatter. Fisto was all about, he was like, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, but he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I think Fizdale just got caught up. It just I don't know. I really couldn't tell what will happen. What went bad with Fizdale. Like, they
He was
trust.
phony, very.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he was like I've I think that he was pretty phony and he was very like he didn't get on the players in that, and that's what Tibbs does. And
Yeah,
he just let them do what he want. He was like the smiley guy, and um I think that Fisto was like a cheerleader for the Knicks. Like he was like, "Hey, let's go, get up! So we're gonna win this. We're gonna But what happens? They're down by 50. Um, I feel that he didn't hold the players accountable, but Tibbs is doing that. Yeah. But David Fizdale's a nice guy in that. Don't get me wrong. He's a nice guy. Great human being. He's just not NBA coach. Let me be honest. Yeah.
I like Thibodeau. He's strong, hard nosed. There's a good defensive method, like like Patrick Riley, all about defense. Woodson, all about defense, and you'll get the scoring from the defense. There's a lot of offensive minds, but I think they allowed everyone to be creative. Like quickly go to the basket. Barrett will
Um,
go for a shot, but they pass the ball. It's like they're passing the ball. It's
they're like they used to be selfish. It used to be Randall ISOs and
right, and that's I get it. That's Fizdale's way of just like letting the players be them, but you got to give them structure. Like, all right, you could just pass the ball. It's like it's
and mind you, like these players, like I sort of get why Melo didn't pass the ball sometimes, because Melo was the only. Yeah, you said KP what might have been in those in that last year or something, but Melo was the big guy on the team. Like, who was he gonna pass it to? Lou Amundsen? Like, did he really think that Lou Amundsen was gonna was gonna like help the team out in that? Like, Melo was the guy, and Melo
You
knew
think
what
Melo was the guy?
what
You think Melo was the guy?
he no. You're not gonna win a championship on your own with him.
Yeah.
But Melo was the best player on the team, and he knew what to do, whether and he did his best. And yeah, he didn't pass the ball in that, but who like
But then you consider that the best player? Like he's a phenomenal offensive mind, skill wise, talent wise, all that. But he was they played well when they had a Billups or Jason Kidd running the point.
yeah,
It
Melo
it
was
showed,
more passive in that year and that.
yeah, he was it showed more, and I think Melo respected more the elders, the vets more than he trusts any younger guy. And I think that's kind of like, and I don't know what's been said in the locker room, but there was enough pieces for Melo to win. Amari going out, um, Amari and Melo, it was weird. They didn't really mesh well to me. I didn't think they meshed
Yeah,
well.
they didn't.
I think before the Melo trade, the Knicks were on a hot streak. Like they were just
Yeah,
Fire.
Gallinari, Amari. They had Amari was having 30 plus games. He was we had some great games against teams like Miami, Boston. If you remember that Amari shot, I I wasn't watching this live, but I've watched highlights of it. Like Amari, like he had the ball at like 1 second and he made it, but it was already, and then they called it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that, yeah, um, I don't know whose side to take on Amari Mel. I just think it was the wrong fit, but now looking and it wasn't, it probably wasn't the best at the time, but now looking in hindsight and that, you still should have done the Melo trade. Yeah, yeah, Gallinari was a good piece in that, but looking back on that, after 2011, Amari blew his knee out, and then there goes all the progress you made in that, and now you're back to the same old Knicks in that. Like at least
Yeah.
with Melo, you got a couple more years.
Correct.
And plus, like, even in 2013, you saw that team, like he was, you thought that team, they, like, after that 2013 run in that, you thought, oh, this team will get back, they're going to retool the team, in that, but, they're going to keep the people like Melo, Tyson, JR, and, run it back and make it, and the team is going to be even better in that.
Yeah. Those are it's always something, and it just takes, every team clicks at the wrong time, every team gels at the right time and wrong time. Um, like,
It's always something with the Knicks.
right, compared to how the Heat just had a nice streak towards the end of the season, and just, you have these supporting players like Tyler Hero just coming off. We need, like, those players to really, show up. And I think Randall said something in the interview that these guys got to show up. Like, if you want to play, you're gonna really have to play. Otherwise, you're not gonna play at all. Like, so from Knox, from Barrett, from all these guys,
Frank.
yeah, like, I don't know how much time Frank has being a Knick, because I mean, well, then again, I can't knock him because he had so many different coaches.
Yeah, you can't knock him, but after seeing quickly balling out, and you finally and also you have Alfred Payton as a great backup in that. I'm not gonna no, yeah, Alfred Payton's older than that, but if I think he's a great backup to a guy like Quickly.
Yeah,
But then and then on top of that, you have another um um Frank or DSJ. I think that they're like, you can't really. Yeah, I get it, but mind you, at this point, you have a good coach in there, and even Kevin Knox is doing good. Kevin Knox has had demeanor problems and all of that. Also,
well, remember, look at anyone that hasn't, besides the rookies or anyone who hasn't played for the Knicks, they have that taste from what they dealt with the last year or 2 years being in that organization. So I think Thibodeau and Woodson, you had someone that was there before to kind of explain, this is how it was when it was winning, and some structure, and someone who wants to be there, like a Thibodeau. Like, I think they were cleaning out the palette of those players, saying, no, this is not what happened last year. This is a new new mindset.
yeah, and
And I can't wait for tonight or
yeah,
whenever the next game they play.
yeah, they play tonight. I can't wait to see. Well, I think the winning culture that came from Mike Woodson, and I think that he, you, Thibodeau also brought a winning culture. Mike Woodson. You even see Kenny Payne from Kentucky. He no, he wasn't part of the Knicks and that, but he brought that. He they're winning head coaches. They know how to build this team and that.
Yeah.
What I think is the best part about these people that work with the Knicks and that is they're familiar. They're very familiar with the organization, and this is where like Fizdale, like he didn't. I don't think he really knew the Knicks from a hole in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he just got offered the job and went. And
Who, Thibodeau?
no, Fizdale. Like
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think it just. I think it looked good. It felt good. It felt like, oh, great. He knows this play. He knows LeBron. He knows this. He knows that play. He knows this. I was like, I think that a coach knowing every player and having good relationship is different from actually winning. Like, um, you know,
yeah, I think that
and don't forget, like if our team shows up and the bench shows up, and you look at from Smith Jr., you know what I'm saying? He could be a, an X factor. You know what I'm saying? Quickly could come out. Rivers could show a good role. Mitch Robinson, you
yeah,
know,
Rivers was pretty good in the last game.
right? So that's some
And
vet experience. Him playing against his dad again, that was pretty cool. Um, and I'm excited to see what's happening. And like all these players, like from Barrett, Peyton, and just how they function together. Like
yeah,
they're the the majority of forwards of on the team is crazy, and then the guards as well. But it's like from Bullock, Toppin, Knox, Randall, it's like the only true centers Nolan and Robinson. But yeah, man, it's a solid lineup.
yeah, and also it also has to do with the Knicks' direction. I feel
Mhm.
that this like this you know like this Tibbs Leon Rose they are building from they're building from like the I think that they're trying to take the build from within approach and just go off, clear up some cap space, go tank, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and then you get Burks. Burks just it just this finesse, the style, how he plays. I
I
mean,
think that the build from within approach definitely helps more, and yeah, like doing that, I think definitely helps rather than
you can tell who's who is the key piece in this next team. Like Jake Randall is the star on the team. He's the anchor. He's the you know the offense runs through him. You know, and it's like he's leading assists, rebounds, points. So it's like the other players have yet to like be groomed enough. Like there's no stars in the team, but if you had to say there's stars, there's all of them. They're just great role players, and when they do great as playing role players, they become stars. Um,
yeah.
and who. It's crazy. Leading steals and steals is Robinson, but of course, in blocks, he'll definitely tower over that.
Yeah,
Um,
and Julius Randle is a passing person now. Yeah.
mm,
You see him like you saw he had a triple double the other night and that was
but that's the thing. He draws so much attention because they know. Well, if if the teams are facing him, well, he's the only kind of solid star or solid. It's
solid play.
funny. He was a role player in all the teams he played. He's a star on the Knicks, so I think it's his duty to really be that facilitator and knowing that they're planning out defensive plays against Randall because they're like, oh, he's the only threat. But if he's passing the ball to everyone, it's like, oh wait, what's happening? Like you're you're moving the ball around, you're getting those open shots, and it's like it's catching people off guard. I think that's why we beat the Bucks because we caught them off guard and how we play, and we're just got the element of surprise. Like, all right, they had a fluke, and then people are gonna double and second guess us because it's gonna be like that every game. until we get a nice streak. Hopefully, we get some more than one streak. We get like more throughout the
Yeah,
season.
if like the Knicks are a 10th, 9th seed the whole season and keep this thing up, that like if we get to this point and it's like this in February or March, I think people's opinions will change on the Knicks, and
I agree.
people will be like, oh, they might have something building over there. And if you are a 9-10 seed at the end of the season and you make the play-in tourney, I think that then it completely changes it. And yeah,
I look at the Knicks. How well they play is how well you made your bed. If the Knicks do good, then that means you made your bed more. If you didn't make your bed, that means the Knicks are not going to do good. So if you make your bed, the Knicks will play well.
yeah, that's how I think that it's just we have to see. I'm gonna keep on. Look, I still have to second guess his team until like
Yeah.
if the Knicks are the Knicks are like a 10-20 at All Star break. I'm gonna come on here and be all mad. I'm gonna be like trade all the trade the vets, trade everyone, you know.
On this roster, who's like your most favorite player?
That's still hard right now because Julius Randle, I had lots of like all other Knick fans, I had lots of problems with Julius Randle last season.
A lot of problems, Julius Randle. That's funny.
And I just really like I would have to say RJ, but this team like there was no like that guy like like KP, who's that guy that you like oh he's the actual man, not just like being score on the Knicks, but like an all-star in the NBA in that. Um, but I'd have to say RJ, but it was hard last season when there were no stars in that, and the team wasn't even doing average in that. Like it was just like a flat out disaster, and you know.
Yeah, I don't. RJ's. I believe in RJ. I don't know something about RJ. Just like for you to really tap in and say you're like the Maple Mamba, or you were known as that, and then after Kobe passed, he's like, I don't want to be known as the Mamba because out of respect, which is totally understandable. It just shows that he like anyone who has or positioned himself to be as great as Kobe, he has that fire, he has that mentality. Like I want to work, I want to win, I want to like do better, and I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be one of the stars and players that the Knicks gonna build around in years to come. I mean, you have Quickly, who reminds me of a little bit of Spreewell, just like being explosive. And then you have Mitch, who's like a hybrid center. So yeah, I can't wait for
Yeah.
these games. I'm more excited watching the Knicks now than I was the last 3 years.
Yeah, same. Since the KP started the season that I'm
Yeah, that
like
was
I like at this point usually during the season I'm like the Knicks are the Knicks, and if like I don't get hyped to watch a game in January when the Knicks are I watch the game and I'm rooting for the team, but I don't get hyped. Like I remember even by December and that I wasn't hyped about watching the Knicks game. Like, oh, it's must watch television. I have to I have to watch this tonight. Nobody distract me. No, like it's like like it was like if you had other plans that night, it was like for me it was like okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. The Knicks are gonna lose anyway. But like this time, it's like, oh, I can't. I have to tune into the game. I have to watch every second of it. Yeah.
Yeah. This is dope. This is dope. Can't wait.
So it was great having you on. Go
My
check
man.
out DJ Juanyto on Hot 97. And
Ready?
yeah, he has tons of people on. Who you have on? Like you have on all these rappers and you know.
Well, I'm just part of a collective great group, like
I
uh,
know.
of a morning show that just they're
Who's
great
your
guys.
favorite guy out right now? Rapper.
Rapper. Oh, um, I don't have a favorite. I just have like guys that I like listening to because it's like, um, it's funny. I just heard this song. Well, not just, but "Reason" from TDE. I like what he's saying. I like Benny the Butcher. I like CJ from Staten Island. Trying to think. Flea God. These are more like rappity rap. Well, I
Yeah,
can't say rap. It's more like my vibe. Like, you
Brooklyn
know,
type.
um,
Um,
trying to think of what else. But also like R&B too. Like, not only just rap, it's R&B. There's a lot of
like um, favorite R&B right now definitely has to be Jack Harlow. Definitely, he's good.
well, Jack's a rapper from Louisville, Kentucky. He's nice. Like he's really nice. Like oh yeah, Tyler Hero songs I love. Tyler Hero song is probably one of the songs I like here. I like Don Tolliver, Rod Wave. I'm trying to think of what else. I like Chica. Um, there's a bunch of artists I like.
All
They just
time, it has to be J. Cole for me.
cool. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
Good work.
it's always gonna be J. Cole. R&B also have to give my all time Travis Scott by far or
So you
Drake.
think Travis Scott's R&B?
I think he's more pop actually. He's nowhere near hip hop. He's just rap. I think. Like
You know what? That's a good perspective. Like
I
sometimes.
think yeah, Drake is definitely for pop and that has to give it to Drake, but Drake is all over. I think. Uh, but yeah, you met him right? Yeah, you. I saw.
Which one?
Uh,
Yeah, I met Drake and Travis at one point.
oh yeah,
I met Drake and Travis a couple times early in their careers.
Have you met Kanye? Didn't you meet him? Or,
Yeah, I met him a couple of times.
yeah, I've seen you with tons of people. Kanye, Drake, Travis, Lil Baby. Uh,
Little Baby, yeah. Met him when he did the freestyle with Funk Flex. Yeah.
yeah. Also, haven't you met met Cameron? Yeah.
Yeah, Cameron, of course. Yeah. Although, like, it's funny, like, I never thought I would meet all these artists before anything. And then a lot of it happened, a lot of it comes with just being around that
Yeah.
I'm blessed to do. Like every other DJ and producer, how long you stay in this business is you get to meet these great individuals and creatives that make a difference in people's lives and create this art and music. So
Yeah.
like
And
but I get super hyped when I meet like athletes because I'm not around that. I'm not around sports guys like that. Like I could imagine being Ian Begley going to the Garden and reporting the Knicks. I'm like, oh, that's such a cool, or Michael K going to Yankee Stadium and calling the game. Like, that's so cool to me. Like, that's like the coolest to me. Like,
yeah,
they don't understand like how cool that is. To them, it's like that's their
that's like
breathing.
me meeting like I don't know Nas or something. Yeah.
Right. I met Nas a couple of times and even today it's more like respect, like super respect. But I think meeting the people that you're not around as much as it's always like, oh, that's so cool. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Um.
it's dope.
It was great.
Who's your favorite rapper?
Um. rapper of all time, or like
What do you like right now? What music do you like right now?
it's so hard. Like rap is sort of like not in its like it's not like all time. I'll listen to like some flashback of Kanye, J. Cole, uh, Meek Mill. Uh, you know, I I have to say I'm like you know how people were like 2016 about this all and that. Yeah, I'm still in that phase, you know. But it was great having you on.
Thank you, buddy.
Always. Go
Good one,
watch
man.
him on the Ebro show.
Yeah, man.
Used to DJ all the behind the scenes, you know.
Thank
On
you, brother. Appreciate it, man.
yeah.
Let's go Knicks.
Let's go.